Greetings all and welcome to Daily Pali Reading. Today we are going to cover the pronunciation of Pali. We will do it in the traditional order, and at the end of this video I'll put up a pronunciation guide found in Guttural. I believe it's in Guttural. At any rate, I'll put that guide up. I think it's a really good one if you need like a quick reminder. But we'll go through this. There's a method to this madness. First we'll go through all the sounds, then I will explain, and it actually makes it much easier to learn how to do the sounds here. So we'll start with the vowels. Notice here in our vowels, we have some of these vowels have this mark over them. That means they're long vowels. And they actually have a different sound, but you could also, especially in poetry, hold them longer. So, I, e, u, a, o. Notice these last two don't have a long mark. They're actually more often than not long, but in certain circumstances they'll be short. You could then pronounce them e, or just keep a and o. Okay, that covers our vowels. Now we're going to move on to the consonants. K, k, g, g, n, ch, ch, j, j, ñ, t, t, d, d, n, t, t, d, d, n, p, p, b, b, m, y, r, l, v, s, h. Now, just a couple notes here to make these consonants actually, to give them a sound. I've put the after all of them, and that's kind of a traditional way to read the consonants. Couple of notes, and we'll start back here at the end. This v is probably even closer to a w, so maybe somewhere in between there. Probably if you're in Thailand or in Southeast Asia, I don't know, but I imagine you're going to hear more of a w than a v. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I don't make any distinction between these sounds. That isn't to say there isn't one. I just can't make the distinction. Now, up here in this grid, what we'll talk about is that there is a method here. So these sounds actually start what are technically called as gutturals. They start back here in the being made in the throat. They begin here in this column unvoiced, meaning that if you put your finger up on your vocal cords, they won't move. Now, really, this, if we were in Thailand or if we were looking at this in Sinhalese or something, this would have its own character. We don't have enough characters in Roman script to give every sound a different character. So we've doubled up with an H here. But you want to view this KH and all these H's here, except for this one at the end, which is its own sound. These you want to think about as one sound. And I'm not doing a good job here. Really, this K is like a K, and then this is a K. The H just means that it's aspirated. It has a puff of air coming out with it. So both of these are unvoiced. This sound, also guttural, G, and you can feel your vocal cord, G. It's involves the vocal cord. This is unvoiced, so there shouldn't really be any air coming out, even though when I say it, I'm sure there is. And then here, G. And then here, the nasal, these are all like N sounds, but made in this part of the mouth or throat. So, N. That's not very easy for me to do either. And then that's what happens with all of these rows. The next column is the palatal, ch, j, and they're formed the same way. So ch, you can hear that shouldn't be aspirated. Ch, ch, j, j, nya. And so that's how this whole table is organized. Then we go to the linguals. This one's also very difficult for me. Maybe a lot of Westerners. The tip of the tongue would be up on the sort of the roof of your mouth. So that's what differentiates it from this dental T, which is more of the way we pronounce a T normally. T. Here, t, t, d. And again, always unvoiced, unvoiced, voiced, voiced with the aspiration. So I hope that helps a little. And like I said, I'll put up this pronunciation guide, which I think is really useful if you just need a quick reminder. But if you go through this method, it has the advantage of you can really learn. It becomes second nature after a while. And if you sort of start from the top, read left to right, and then down, you get the alphabetic order. So if we ever have to, and we do, of course, we're going to have to use a dictionary at some point. Pali dictionaries are arranged in a Pali order, and this is the order. So the vowels here in this order, and then ka, ka, ga, ga, nya, all the way down to this bottom row ending with ha. Hope that helps. Check out this, I think it's going to be down here. Check out the pronunciation guide and have fun pronouncing Pali.